you all. Come shop with me at Home Depot, and this is the garden edition. I hope you enjoy. If you like videos like these, definitely make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit your notification bell so that you're notified every time I release a video, and I hope you enjoy. Do you like to garden? Gardening can be very therapeutic and also could be great exercise, okay? I've gotten a lot of exercise this spring because I've had to transplant other plants different locations, because throughout my gardening journey I've learned that when you plant plants, because I started my garden from absolutely, it was like, trees there, but it was like ground, like zero. There was nothing really there but these little trees that I had to dig up. But gardens evolve over time, because you can plant like a little plant somewhere and it just outgrows the space because it gets very big. You just have to switch things around. So I came to my local Home Depot to actually find some hydrangeas, a oak leaf in particular, and to see if I could add some new additions also to my garden as well, and just to take in some sun and enjoy the plants and enjoy the wildlife that comes with the plants. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the bumblebees and other different animals that like to be outside with the plants, okay? So I hope you all enjoy this walkthrough, and if you like some of these plants, check out your local Home Depot. This video is not sponsored. I just stay in Home Depot and Lowe's, okay? Because I do garden a lot during the spring and the summer. So just check out some plants. I tend to lean toward full sun plants. What are some plants that you like? Is your garden a partial sun garden? Is it, partial shade? Is it full sun? That's something that you should think about when you're going to Home Depot or the garden center anywhere, to see what type of garden you have, which way the sun hits your garden, and that's how you know what plants you want to gravitate to. And also make sure that you read and Google when you're looking for plants, okay? I cannot stress that enough, because I've had some mishaps before, gardening, where I bought a plant home and had to be like, oh no, you might be a little invasive. You might need a little bit more room. You might not play well with others or work well with others. So you just have to make sure when you're gardening or you're looking for plants, read those cards very well, okay? Read those cards. Make sure you're Googling the plant before you bring them home. And the good thing is I keep my receipts and stuff like that. So in case, maybe a plant doesn't work well with the plants that I have in my existing garden, and I could just be like, okay, I need to exchange or do something else with the plants. Now these girlfriends right here, they are very beautiful to look at. Please be prepared when you are putting down knockout roses to be knocked out, okay? Please be prepared, honey. You need to have your full body suit on. I go into the garden with my little full body suit, honey. You gotta have gloves, and they are real pretty to look at, but I don't suggest nobody fall into these things or try to get in between. I don't know how the wildlife in my garden, like the little lizards and stuff, my geckos and stuff that like to be on these plants for some reason, are able to just be all over these plants. But y'all, I cannot tell you how many times that these pretty ladies have pricked me up all over. Like, very beautiful. So if you like roses, just be prepared that it is, and they are, honey, I would say dramatic. Let you move them from one location to the next. I'm nursing two back that I had to move because they was just, really getting big. Like, I like them, but you just have to make sure you are on top of them. You have to prune and make sure, because, honey, those things beautiful. Love them. Okay, not too much could really, I would say, go wrong with the roses, but honey, you have to be prepared to put those things in the ground, because it's just literally, they will, like I said, you'll be wrestling getting them in, but once they get in, it's just you water them from the bottom and they good to go. They typically they come with a little Miracle Grow in them, but you could get a little Miracle Grow and just leave them be. Now I'm just still walking around Home Depot looking at these outdoor sun plants. These white ones are really pretty. This is, I think, rosemary right here. And I love rosemary. I planted the other day some echinacea as well, because I like the echinacea and rosemary to make my natural type of things like tea. I'm interested in making teas and oils and stuff like that. So if you're into that, Home Depot has, different natural plants like that. And they also have plants if you're into vegetable gardening as well. So if you are a person that you like, wellness and stuff like that, you can, create your garden for that sort of thing as well. Here we have some hosta blues, or some blue hostas here. I like hostas. I have a ton of hostas in my garden. I really typically do not have a lot of problems with hostas. Hostas, honey, you put them in the ground, give them a little water, put the little pine straw around them, and go, and they get huge depending on the location that you have them on the yard. Because if they don't like the spot, you gonna know. But typically they get huge. If you have to move them, they could take, you having to transplant them other places. And I typically like hostas because if you are a person that you're new to gardening, I feel like a hosta is probably where you should start, because it's just simple and to the point. Here I am looking at hydrangeas, and I particularly like hydrangeas. I like roses, even though they prick me, but I like hydrangeas too. And I came here today to get a oak leaf, because I already have some other types of hydrangeas in the yard, but I wanted an oak leaf to fill the spot. Because in this particular video, or the day that I recorded the video, I ended up transplanting and moving some hibiscus that I had to make room for the oak leaf that I have in the cart right here. This is what she looks like. Lovely. And I made space for her by moving the hibiscus that I have. They haven't bloomed yet. I'll show you guys in the video when I get to my actual garden. But I think that this will work well, because she has some sister hydrangeas from the same family on that side, and the rest of them, they like that side, so she should be right at home. All right, so for my hosta people, I forgot to tell you all, they are easy to grow, but the wildlife, honey, they admire hostas. And in particular, the only issue that I've ever had with a hosta is that this little rabbit, honey, in the morning while I was asleep, he likes to come out every now and again, and nibble to get a little breakfast. So you have to make sure that you have an area where you live that you're not going to be dealing with those type of problems, okay? And I'm just looking here for some grapevines because I really want to start a vegetable garden, you all. I'm really trying to get into that. I have to figure out how I'm going to lay the framework for that, because that wouldn't be in the front garden. That definitely would be in the other garden that I would have to start in the back somewhere to keep it separate. And I think I want to do a raised one. Is that lamb's ear? Yeah, I think that's lamb's ear over there. And then, you see some begonias and things here. All right, you all. So I'm trying to just move as slow as possible. I got chased away a little bit by a wasp, okay? Because it's the wasps and the bumblebees in the springtime. They tend to get very territorial about certain plants. Like it's like you buy the plants, you put them in, and they act like they are the ones that have put the plants in. They want you off and out of them. They don't want you near them, and they tend to want to chase you away. I have one little bumblebee that I call Wilbur, that if he don't get out my front yard, I don't know what is going to happen with him. I'm not going to touch him, but I'm surely going to shoot him on his way. And these are just different, little grasses. This is good stuff for like ground cover and that sort of thing. Some plants I use for ground cover is phlox. Those are little ivy plants. So y'all got to figure out if you like that type of look. But I tend to use phlox for ground cover and different types of grasses. I really like that because it keeps the weeds from being in different places in the garden bed. Here I am giving my hosta a good watering. You can see the other hydrangeas. You can't really see my oak leaf that I put in, but it's in the ground. And you can see my hibiscus plants that have not came all the way back yet. I also have daylilies that we're looking at. We're literally right in front of them. And when they grow, they have the most pretty yellow flowers that come up. And you can kind of see the roses, honey. They are beautiful, honey, but they are some work. Really, they are. Imagine trying to get through to get water to other plants, honey. You got to make sure their arms ain't trying to reach all out to their sisters and they be all gathered up. Gotta tell them that we gotta all be at a safe distance out here. But I'm just watering some daylilies here. I hope you all enjoyed my video. Definitely, if you like these type of videos, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all soon on the next video. Thanks so much for watching.